I'm Stuart Abernethy from X-Yachts in Great Britain. The whole point of this video series was to talk about all the nice little design features that are going into this beautiful XC47 that's been built in Denmark. However, our friends in Denmark have made a new video highlighting a lot of these points, and we'd like to play this for you now. John Morsing has been with X-Yachts since 1997, and his knowledge on all systems on board all the X-Yachts is superior to anyone. I'll gladly stand aside and let him take over. Thank you.
This is XC47 number 1, and you decided to make that as a hybrid boat. What does that mean?
That means that this boat is equipped with an electric motor as the propulsion, and it has a large lithium battery bank for that system, and it also has a DC generator for extra power needs.
And when I'm using the sails only, that's generating power.
Yes, you can actually generate power into the boat by under sail when you're underway. So if you have a flat battery bank, you are able to regenerate the lithium battery bank for the propulsion system.
Should we go in and see the boat?
Yes, let's do it.
This boat is obviously still under production. The deck has been laminated and it's still a mess inside because people are working on it every day. But it's far enough to give us a good impression, a good idea of the hybrid system. So we are standing inside the XC47 and tell me, is that the engine?
Yes, that's the electric engine, and as you can see, it's much smaller than a traditional diesel engine.
Yeah.
And inside this engine compartment, we have all the controls for the electric sail drive and the engine.
There's space for a big diesel engine here in case people want, or owners want a diesel engine instead of electric. But in this case, it's an electric engine.
Yes, that's correct. In the design phase, we modeled the engine room to be capable of handling both hybrid electric and a traditional engine.
Yeah. And where does the engine get its power from?
The power comes from a large battery bank, a large lithium battery bank located here in the saloon below the floorboards. So in total it's 8 batteries, and they are fitted here safely in aluminium boxes, and the aluminium boxes, they can be flooded in case there's a fire.
So if I'm helming the boat and there's a fire in the battery room, do I press a button that kills the fire then?
Yes, you can do that remotely from the helming position. Yes, from the cockpit.
And I see the batteries are located very, very low in the boat. That's of course because of the point of gravity.
Yes, to improve stability of the boat,
yeah.
To have the weight as low as possible.
Mm-hmm. So what happens when I've used all the power in the batteries?
That's no problem, because this is a hybrid boat, so you have a DC generator in here, and that is able, you just start that, and that will power up the servoprop and the propulsion battery bank. And there's another option. You can actually just regenerate power from the servoprop when you're underway with sails. It is capable of producing up to 5 kilowatts of power into the batteries.
So 2 options. I can switch on the generator, generate power for the batteries. I can hoist the sails, and I can sail with a big smile and generate the batteries.
Yes, that's the green perspective.
Maybe maybe it's a stupid question, but how can sails generate power?
Yes, that's because the servoprop it has a pitchable propeller. So you just basically turn the propeller, and then instead of pushing the boat forward, it is generating power when the boat sails under sail.
So the move through the water is turning the propeller, which is generating power.
Yes, so instead of the servoprop, the 30 kilowatt, is using power from the battery bank, it just turns into a generator and it powers, recharges the battery bank.
basically I could sail around the world.
You can, yes, without fueling up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I understand it right that with such an amount of power from the batteries, it's possible also to have an electric oven?
Yes, yes, that's correct. So in this boat we have a very large combi that is able to power up all the AC systems on board, including inductive cooker, aircon if you need. And the benefit of having induction is that you get rid of the gas. The safety is much higher just with electric cooking. And from the households at home, everybody they're used to have inductive cooking.
Yeah, it's just like home.
It's just like home,
Yeah.
yes.
Same with the cooker here. It's also running on batteries.
Yes, it is. So the hot water tap is power supplied by the combi and basically from the battery bank.
So John, with all the batteries that we saw inside this hybrid boat, I wouldn't expect it to be necessary to have solar cells as well, but I know you love power.
Yes, that's correct. The solar cells can also not power up the propulsion system. This is just to maintain the service battery bank. So if you leave the boat for a longer period, you are traveling, a circumnavigation or something, you have to go home back to your country and you leave the boat somewhere, and then you are sure that the batteries will stay topped up all the time with the solar cells.
Makes sense.
And as you see, they are nicely recessed into the teak deck. So we have one big one here and another one between the windows.
So, sitting here by the helm, all sheets available to the helmsman, and Anderson winches is standard on the boats. Electric adjustment of the winches. Is that 2-speed?
No, it's not 2-speed. This is with the compact motor from Anderson. So actually it's variable speed. So the softer you push, the less speed, and the more you push, the higher speed. So you can actually adjust the wind speed very accurate.
We're now standing in build number 2 of the new XC47. It still doesn't have the deck on, so it's easy to see all the features. The owner has chosen a diesel engine, and he has also got a generator in the boat because he wants to charge the service batteries. John, should we go and see all the interesting features inside the boat?
Yes, let's go and see what's below the floorboard.
So John, here we really see that the XC47 is made for long distance. There's lots of space under the floorboard. A lot of technical stuff has been positioned below the floorboard. And right here, there seems to be an extra amount of it. What's here?
Yes, that's correct. In the design phase, we have looked into optimizing the boat technically, so that we put as much technical equipment below the floorboard. So we say we don't take up space for luggage, for storage luggage, as an example. And in this galley area, we have we have located all the pumps. We have this common seawater intake for aircon, for the water maker, for the generator, for the deck wash pump, and the seawater in the galley. So it's one common seawater intake.
So one water intake provides 5 different technical things in the boat.
Yes, so that means that it's you have a higher safety because you just have 1 true hull fittings for all of them, and then you, for the maintenance it's much easier, just one filter to look for.
Of course. And what is in here?
Yeah, what we have located down below the floorboard is we have the compressors for the fridges and the freezers, and the benefit positioning them below the floorboard is that it's a colder space. It's a cold space, so a compressor develops heat, and so it's easily cooled below the floorboard.
And the noise, if any, is
also less in case
below the floor.
Yeah. And we have, yes, we have a water maker here, The boat has a capacity with water tanks of 640 liters, and then if that's not enough, then you can add a water maker. And this one is a low consumption water maker.
Yeah. So basically, if I have any technical issue, I'm out sailing here, and I want to inspect a valve or a filter or a fuse or anything, a lot of it is located here, where it's easy to get access to it.
Yes, we have lids in the cockpit floor so that you can easily get down, clean a filter, operate the suction manifold or the freshwater manifold or the diesel manifold.
So even a normal owner like me could find the valve or the filter that I need. I don't have to run around in the boat and look for it.
It's all located in this area, yes.
Yeah. But moving forward, John, we have some huge tanks here, quite a bit bigger than normal for a sailboat.
Yes, what we can offer here is that we can offer a water capacity of 640 liters as standard. And then you can upgrade with a water maker in case you want even more water. And we have a fuel capacity of 500 liters, which can be upgraded with another 200 liters in case needed. And as you see, all the tanks, they are securely fitted or to the inner liner or the steel frame with heavy bolts.
Yeah, meaning that they are securely locked into the frame, so they won't move if we ground the boat.
No, they will not move at all.
No. With all the interior built into the boat, and after 20 or 30 years, one of the tanks are leaking, what am I doing?
Yes, as you can see here, all the tanks, they are moved inboard. And that means that you can actually dismount a tank without interfering with the furniture on board the boat.
Simply pull out the tank, replace it without even touching the furniture.
Yes, that's possible.
John, thanks very much for introducing us to at least some of the technical features. There's no doubt they are as outstanding as the rest of the boat.
You're welcome.
For most owners of the XC47, we know that sailing performance and the beauty, the design of the boat is the most important. And there's no doubt that this boat is really outstanding when it comes to design, the look, the beauty of it, but definitely the performance of the boat is better than any blue water cruiser in the business.